Good morning friends, welcome back to Parnika tutorials. In this video, I want to discuss what is the need for an array, what is an array, and then I will discuss how can you declare an array variable and how can you store the values in that array and how to display back to the user. All these concepts I will discuss in detail for you. So I sincerely request everyone to watch the entire video for better understanding. First, let me discuss what is the need for an array. Till now, we have discussed about the variables. How to declare a variable? We will write data type and then we will write the variable name. Okay, you can write the example as int a and then you can write a is equal to 10. Okay, or you can simply write int a is equal to 10. Both are same only. Then in some memory location the value 10 will be stored. What is a variable? Variable is a name given to the memory location. Now, if I try to print the value which is there in the variable a, then 10 will be displayed. If I write a is equal to a plus 2, then first it will perform the expression which is there in the right hand side. So 10 plus 2, a plus 2 means 10 plus 2, which will be 12, that will be assigned to the variable a. Now the value which is there in the variable a is 12. Later you have written a is equal to 100. Then 100 integer constant will be assigned to the variable a. So it will be 100. So look at in these three statements. Here the a value is 10. Here the a value is 12. Now the a value is 100. So at a time in a variable you can store only one value. Is it clear? But if you want to store multiple values in a single variable, that is not possible. At a time you can store it. But let's take that I have a scenario. I am teaching Java class for 100 students and I have conducted some exam. Let's take that mid-1 exam I have conducted for 20 marks. And I want to store the each student marks. Suppose student 1 got some 15 marks, student 2 got some 20 marks, student 3 got some 10 marks, student 4 got some 5 marks, like that. Now, as 100 students are there, if I want to store 100 students marks out of 20, then I need to create 100 variables. But if let's take that these 100 students are increased to 10,000 students, then I need to create 10,000 different variables. That will be a tedious task or it is a difficult task. So instead of that one, we can use an array. Array is a linear data structure which is useful for you to store collection of homogeneous elements. What is the meaning of homogeneous elements? If you have created an integer array or declared an integer array of a specified size, suppose let's take the size of 5, then you can able to store 5 integer constants. If you have created a character array of size 10, you can store 10 character constants. If you created a float array of size 20, then you can able to store a collection of 20 real constants. So you can able to store homogeneous elements. So an array is a collection of elements. So if it is a single variable, you can store only one value, but using an array you can able to store multiple values. If this based on the size, those many elements you can store. Now the arrays are broadly classified into two types. One is one dimensional arrays. We can write it as shortcut as 1D. Even we have the multi-dimensional arrays like 2-dimensional, 3-dimensional, etc. Okay, so in this video I will focus mainly on one-dimensional array. In the next video I will discuss about the multi-dimensional array. Now whenever you want to use any variable, you need to declare it and you need to specify the data type. Similarly, how can we declare an array of a specific data type for a specified size, we will discuss. Now let me declare the any array. So you need to specify the data type and then array name. Data type, array name, and then you will provide the column. This is the first line, and then you can write array name is equal to new, once you use the new, then memory will be allocated. New data type of specified size. So this is the way you can declare a array of specified size. See, these two lines you can make it as a single line also. That also I will discuss with you. First, let me discuss with a simple example. I want to create an integer array. Then data type should be int and the array name. Now let me make it as an array name as a. Okay, so I am creating an integer array. But if you write only this statement, memory will not be allocated. So here you need to write array name is equal to a new int, because the data type is int. So here the data type and here the data type should be same. And I want to store 5 integer constants. So I am providing the size as 5. So you can write like this, or you can write it in a single line as data type data type array name. Then you can write new data type of specified size. Okay, whatever the size you want to specify. So the example will be int a is equal to new int of 5. So I want to store a collection of 5 integer constants. So this is the way you can declare an integer array. If you want to create a character array, you need to specify the data type as char. If you want to create a float array, then the data type should be float. So this is what. Now if you create a 5 integer constants, then memory will be allocated like this to store the 5 integer constants. So you can able to store first integer constant, second integer constant, third integer constant, fourth integer constant, fifth integer constant. Now how can you access the particular element with the help of index? Always the array index will start with 0, and then it will be 1, then it will be 2, it will be 3, it will be 4. Okay, so remember one important point. Always the array index will be starting with 0. Okay, now let's take that this is in some 100 location. As you know that one integer variable will occupy 4 bytes, then this will be 104, this will be 108, this will be 1112, this will be 116. So all the elements will be stored in contiguous memory locations. That is very important. Is it clear? So the point here I want to highlight is that indices. Now let's take that here you have stored 10, here you have stored 20, 30, 40, 50. How can you store it? That also I will discuss. How can you store it is that you can write a of 0 is equal to 10. Similarly, a of 1 is equal to some 20. A of 2 is equal to some 30. You can write like this also. A of 3 is equal to 40. A of 4 is equal to 50. So you are providing the array name and the index, and then you are providing the integer constant, whatever the value you want to store. So this is the one way. Okay, another way. So this is what during the compile time you are providing, or you can even have the values during the declaration itself. How it is it I will discuss with you. Okay, I can write int array of, I can write 10 comma 20 comma 30 comma 40 comma 50. Like this also I can do it. So you can ask me, sir, how many elements I am storing? I am storing 5 elements. So then the array size will be 5. So based on how many values you are assigning or how many values you are initializing, that will be the size of this array. Is it clear? So you can do like this, or you can do like this also. If you want to print a particular value, then what you will do? You will write system dot out dot println, and you will write array name, and you will provide the index. Suppose I want to print the value 30, then this index will be 2. Okay, because you know that array index will start from 0. So you will provide here 2. Then the value 30 will be displayed. So always we will access a particular element with the help of its index. So you can write like this or you can write like this also. Now let me discuss how can you write a Java program to ask the user to enter. See, here we are writing 10, 20, 30, but I want to ask the user to enter the values. Those values I want to store it in the array, and then I will display back to the user. Is it clear? Suppose if it is 5 elements, you can write system.out.println a of 0, a of 1, a of 2, a of 3, a of 4, like that. But if it is 100 elements, then 100 system.out.println you have to write. That will be tedious task. So instead of that one, you can use any loops. So let me write a program and discuss how you can do the task. So as I want to read the input from the user, I need to import the Java module. So I will write import java dot io dot star. Okay, then I will write class array example. Let me write arrx. Okay, the name of the class name is arrayx. Then the file name should also be arrayx.java. Then I will write public static void main string args throws exception, and then you can open the main function, and then you can read the or do the input stream reader. So you want to create an object for the input stream reader. So input stream reader I is equal to new input stream reader system dot in. Similarly, we need to create an object for the buffered reader class. So buffered reader some b is equal to new buffered reader. Okay, buffered reader of I. Now I want to declare a variable called size. I will ask the user to enter the size. System.out.println enter the size of an array. Okay, enter the size of an array. You can write like this or you can give directly also. Then I will write size is equal to integer dot parse int b dot readline method I will use. Now I will declare the integer array. So you know that syntax int array name I am writing it as a is equal to new int of size. So if user has entered the size as 5, then an integer array of a of size 5 means you can able to store 5 integer constants. Once I have done, what I need to do, I want to read the values from the user and then I want to store it in the array. So look at here, I will write for something. Let me write here j is equal j. I will declare a j variable. Then I will write j is equal to 0, j less than size. Then I will write j plus plus. I will open the for loop and then I will ask the user to enter the value. System.out.println. Okay, enter the value. Okay, that value, what I will do here is that here I will take some val. Okay, all the variables whichever you are using, first you need to declare. So val is equal to, I want to read from the user, so I will do integer dot parse int, then b dot read line. Okay, that value I want to store it into the integer array a. So I will write here a of I is equal to value. Okay, val. So let me close the for loop. So using these lines, so suppose let's take that user has entered the size is equal to 3. Then you are creating an integer array which can able to store 3 integer constants. Then you will ask the user to enter the value. First value you are storing at the 0th index. Next value you will be storing at 1 index. Next value will be stored at 2nd index, because if you're creating an integer array of size 3, then index will start from 0 and go up to 2. Now whatever the values are there, I want to display back to the user. Then I can write system dot out dot println the elements in array. The elements in an array is, okay, again you can write for, okay, j is equal to 0, j less than size, j plus plus, and here you can write system dot out dot println a of I. Okay, let me close the for loop. Okay, I will close the main, I will close the class. Now let me discuss with an example this program. Okay, let's take that user as entering the size is equal to 3. So in this case, in place of size you will get the value 3. So it will be like int a of is equal to new int of 3. So you are creating an integer array which can able to store 3 integer constants. So it will be like this: 0th index, 1 index, 2 index. Okay, that is the task. Now what you are doing for j is equal to 0. So j value will be 0. J less than size. What is the size value? Size value is 3. Okay, j value is 0. 0 is less than 3. Yes, this condition is true. As the condition is true, the control will go inside the for loop and execute the instructions which are there in the for loop by once. So what is the statement is there? Yeah, system.out.println enter the value. Whatever the value user has entered, suppose user has entered the value is equal to 10. Okay, that value will be stored in the variable called val. I have written a of I is equal to value. So let me write here a of I. What is the I value? Sorry, here you need to provide j. Sorry, I'm really sorry for it. Okay, a of j. What is the j value? J value is 0. So a of 0 at the index 0, you are storing the value 10. Is it clear? Then once these statements are executed, j value will be incremented by 1 because you have written j plus plus. So j value will be updated to 1. Again you will verify the condition j less than size. What is the j value? J value is 1. 1 is less than 3. Yes, the condition is true. As the condition is true, again the statements will be executed once more. System.out.println enter the value. User has entered the value 20. That 20 will be stored in the variable called val. Then you are writing a of j. A of j means a of 1. At index 1, you are storing that value. So 20 will be stored here. Then j plus plus. J value will be updated to 2. 2 less than 3. Yes, condition is true. As the condition is true, again the statements will be executed. System.out.println enter the value. Again user will enter a value. Suppose let's take that this time user has entered the value 30. That 30 will be stored in the variable called val. Then a of j, a of 2 at the index 2, that 30 will be stored. Is it clear? Then j plus plus. J value will be updated to 3. Again you will verify the condition j less than size. What is the j value? 3. 3 is less than 3? No, 3 is equal to 3. So this condition is failed. As the condition is failed, the control will come out from the for loop and execute this instruction, which is system.out.println the elements in an array is, this will be displayed. Then again you have written the for loop for j is equal to 0. So again j value will be updated to 0, j less than size. You will verify the condition. 0 is less than 3. Yes, the condition is true. As the condition is true, this statement will be executed. System.out.println a of j. Okay, j value is how much? 0. At the index 0, what value is there? 10. That will be displayed for you first. Okay, I hope it is visible for you, or let me write here. First you will get 10. Then j value will be incremented, j plus plus. So j value will be 1. Okay. Then again you will verify the condition, j less than size. Now j value is 1. 1 is less than 3. The condition is true. Again the statement which are there in the for loop will be executed. System.out.println a of j. Now j value is 1. At the index 1 in the array A, what value is there? 20. That will be displayed as an output for you. Then j plus plus, j value will be updated to 2. Then you will verify the condition, j less than size. J value is 2, 2 is less than 3, the condition is true. So again the statement will be executed. System.out.println a of 2, at the index 2, what value is there? 30. That will be displayed as an output. Then j plus plus, j value will be updated to 3. Now again you will verify the condition, j less than size. 3 is less than 3, the condition is fail. As the condition is fail, the control will come out from the for loop. As you have closed the main function and the class, the program will be done. Is it clear? So this is the program where it is reading the input from the user. What is the size of an array? Then you are declaring an integer array name as a, then you are asking the user to enter the values, and then you are storing those values in the integer array a, and then again you are displaying. Now you can modify this program also. Instead of just displaying the values back again to the user, you want to compute the sum of all these elements. That also you can do. Let me modify that program to do the task. Okay. So in this case, what I will do, I will take one more variable and I will assign sum is equal to 0. Then here what I will write, sum is equal to sum plus a of j. Okay. Then I will close the for loop. After that, I will display the sum value. So I will write system dot out dot println. Okay. Then the sum is plus of sum. Okay, you will close this system.out.println, close the main, close the class. So here what will happen? Initially j value is 0, so sum is equal to 0 plus 10, so sum will get the value 10. Next time j value will be 1, so at index 1 value 20, so sum is equal to a of 1, which is 10 plus 20, 30. Okay, then j value will be incremented. Now j value will become 2, sum is equal to sum plus a of 2, 30 plus 30, 60. Now sum will having the value 60. That 60 will be displayed as an output. I hope you have understood. What I will do is that I will execute these two programs on the computer and show the output for you. Let me write import java dot io dot star. Then I will write class name as arrayex. So I will save the program as arrayex.java. Now let me write public static void main string aux throws exception. Let me open the main function and let me write input stream reader I is equal to new input stream reader system dot in.
So we are creating an object called I for the class called input stream reader. Similarly, we will create an object for the buffer reader. Some buffer reader B is equal to new buffer reader. You need to connect the input stream reader for the buffer reader. So that's why I'm giving the object I inside the buffer reader. Okay. Now I will declare few variables like size, J, VAL. Okay. Now what I will do, I will ask the user to enter the size of an array. So system.out.println enter the size of an array. Now whatever the user has entered, I want to store it in the variable called size. So let me write size is equal to integer dot parse int b dot read line. So now the size is available in the variable called size. Now let me declare a one-dimensional array called A. So the data type of the array is int and the name of the array is A, and then I will write new int and I will provide the size. Whatever the size user has entered, that many integer variables we can store or integer constants we can store. If user has entered the size is equal to 10, then you are creating an one-dimensional array A of size 10. So you can store a 10 integer constants. Now what I will do, I will ask the user to enter one number and store it in the array called A. So I will write for j is equal to 0, I am doing the initialization, then j less than size j plus plus. Let me open the for loop, and here I will ask the user to enter the value. So system.out.println enter the value. Whatever the value user has entered, I will store it in the variable called val is equal to integer dot parse int b dot readline method. Okay. Now, whatever the value is there in the variable called val, I want to store it in the integer array A at the index j. Initially, j value is equal to 0. The first element you are storing it in the index 0 in the array A. So, let me close the for loop. So, we have asked the user to enter the 1 value and store it in the array at the jth index. So j also you are incrementing from 0 to up to size. And now I want to display the elements in the array. So I will write system.out.println the elements in the array. The elements in the array are whatever you want to write here, you can write. Now I want to display the elements back to the user. So again, I will write the for loop initializing with j is equal to 0 and condition statement is j less than size, and then we are writing j plus plus. Now what we need to do? We need to display the element which is there at the index j in the array A. So I will write system.out.println A of j. First we are displaying the element which is there at the 0th index, then at the 1 index, and so on up to it will go up to the size. Now I have closed the for loop. Let me close the main function. Let me close the class. Now let me save the program and open the command prompt. You know that as usual we will store these programs in the desktop Java programs file. So first I will go to the desktop, then I will go to the Java programs. Okay, so CD is used to change the directory. Now let me first compile the program javac array ex dot java. There are no errors. Now let me execute the program java space array ex. Now it is asking the user to enter the size of an array. Let me enter the size as 5. So meaning is that you can able to store 5 integer constants in the array called A. Now it is asking the value. First value, let me enter 1. Second value, I'm entering 2. Third value, 3. Fourth value, 4. Fifth value, 5. So it is displaying the elements in the array are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Is it clear? Let me clear the screen. Again, execute the program. This time I am entering the size of an array as 3. Then you can able to store some 3 integer constants. So 10, 20, 30. And if I am displaying the elements in the array are 10, 20, 30. Now let me modify this program little bit. What is the modification I want to do is that whatever the values are there in the array A, I want to compute the sum of them. So what I will do is that I will declare a variable called sum and initialize the value is equal to 0. Instead of displaying the elements here, what I will do is that I will perform sum is equal to sum plus a of j. Sorry, a of j. So first time the sum will be sum plus a of 0. Next time sum will be sum plus a of 1. Like that it will, the j value will go up to the size. So here let me remove the statement. Instead of that one, after computing the sum of all the elements, I want to display back to the user. So system.out.println the sum of, or let me write sum of all the array elements, sum of all the array elements is, let me write plus and then sum, and I have end with a semicolon. Now I have closed the main function and I have closed the class. Let me save the program, open the command prompt. Okay, sorry, cmd cd desktop cd java programs, then java c array ex dot java. There are no errors. Now let me run the java program by giving the command as java array ex. Now it is asking the user to enter the size. Let me enter the size as 4. So we can able to store 4 integer constants. Let me enter 4, 5, 7, 8. What will be the sum of 4 plus 5 plus 7 plus 8? 4 plus 5 is 9. 9 plus 7 is 16. 16 plus 8 is 24. Now it should display the output as the sum for all the array elements is 24. I hope you have got the point. How to store the elements in an array and how to display them, or how can you perform some operations on the elements. If you still have any doubts, feel free to ask me in the comment section. I will try to clear your doubts as early as possible. Thank you for watching the complete video. Have a nice day.